Global climate change has been shown to affect both plants and animals, shifting ranges and potentially decreasing available habitat. We have climate change and we have increasing intensive forest management. How are those going to affect animal populations in the future? I am looking at cavity nesting songbirds. Intensive forest management is a type of land use where they are being clear-cut and then replanted, and site preparation methods are being applied to favor commercially valuable trees to meet the growing needs of human population. The overarching goal of the study is to see if we can have our cake and eat it too. Can we have these high wood products producing sites while also maintaining biodiversity? Biodiversity is the degree of variation of life. We are working on 8 different tracts of forest land throughout the Western Oregon Coast Range, and they are all under intensive forest management regimes. We are measuring reproductive success of house wrens to determine if there is any measurable effect of intensive forest management. A house wren nest would be reproductively successful if at least one fledgling survived to leave the nest. I'm using video cameras out on these stands to measure how much house wren adults are feeding their nestlings, to get an indirect measure of food availability on the sites. Once we've collected the video footage, we have a team of undergraduates going through every video and counting the number of trips that adults are making to the nest, and also to identify what invertebrates are being taken to the nest to get a sense of the quality of the habitat in which the nest box is located. I approach the nest boxes as slowly and quietly as possible so as not to stress the birds out. On these nest boxes, we also have temperature data loggers called iButtons, and they are out there all season, day and night, logging temperature, both outside and inside of the nest box. I download the data from the temperature loggers and then I reset them. I record the contents of the nest, how many eggs there are there nestlings, and how many nestlings there are. Now it's time for me to measure the nestlings. The nestlings are already very active. Their eyes are open, they're flapping their wings, they're calling to their parents. They know something's up. In order to keep them safe and make it easier to handle them, we wrap them in small blankets, like a little birdie burrito, and weigh them. .01. Once I have measured all of the nestlings, I carefully put them one by one back into their nest. Science is a process, and it's almost never straightforward. There will be many unforeseen challenges that come up that you have to adapt to. Perhaps one variable that you were interested in measuring doesn't quite pan out because your equipment isn't working, making it impossible for you to analyze that particular set of data. And so a lot of science is creativity and adaptability and perseverance. It's not a straightforward process. Science can definitely be difficult, but can also be fun and rewarding.
I like working out here. I like being in the outdoors with a purpose. I'm not one of those people like, let's just go on a hike. Why? I mean, I don't know, there has to be a point, I guess. Let's go see this lake. Or there's a red-shouldered hawk nest or something like that. I'm not complaining when I get to lay on my couch and watch Netflix. Like, I mean, and at the same time, I do like being out here. Since I was in preschool, I have always had a great affinity for animals. Wildlife ecology appealed to me because you got to get outside a lot and see the whole and not just the parts. Like, looking through a microscope didn't appeal to me as much as looking at a landscape. There are very fine-tuned and very logical processes that are going on out here, even though you just see a bunch of plants. I'm really interested in life. It takes on so many forms and works in so many different ways.